Yo, what is up, fam? Welcome to another Car Talk podcast. Today is a great day. Today is August 22nd, 2022. It is my girlfriend's birthday. Shout out to Caroline McClenna. Happy birthday. Today is obviously a special day for that reason, but today is also just a special day in general. Just because it's another day. I am not in school. Hopefully you're not in school, or if you are in school, hopefully you enjoy it. But if you're like me and you hated school, seeing all these stinking school buses drive by and all these kids hopping on the the bus and whatnot, it's like the most gut-wrenching thing that I can possibly see in the morning. So shout out to August 22nd being here and to me not being in school, and hopefully you aren't either. But yeah, let's get into the podcast. Today I just want to talk about something that I've been noticing and I've been very, very intrigued by, just by the internet fame that people have reached in little to like no time. There are few people, I can think of probably about a handful of people that I've seen within my own, experience on social media and just in life, just whether that be through Vine. Like I saw 2 to 3 people blow up genuinely through Vine and become, incredible personalities and individuals and relevant individuals still to this day. But also things like YouTube, like just in the past couple years before COVID, guys that were starting in 2019 on YouTube, like it's literally 2022 and they're already getting hundreds of thousands of plays, almost millions of plays on their videos, each video. And it's like, holy smokes, like these people started creating, just a handful of years ago, dang near, it's like, and it's so cool, and it's just amazing. It's something that, if we reached out to our great grandparents and told them kind of like what was going on in this day and age, like they just would not be able to believe it. Like it's unfathomable that if you enjoy something or if you're passionate about something, whether that be cooking, fishing, skydiving, like whatever it may be, if you were to create content on the internet in 2022 about that subject matter, eventually within less than 5 years, up to 10 years, you're literally going to have a following and an audience that just loves and adores you, and like that is something that is tried and true. It's something that is very, very new. I mean, the internet's been mainstream for maybe 15 years at most, 20 years at most. I mean, even if you argue and say that it was in and around 1995 that it was popular, that's literally only 20, not even, that's literally 27 years. Like less than 30 years the internet has been around, and it's putting people on in a way that careers that take 40-50 years in a corporation that's huge couldn't even put you onto. Now that's something that, honest to God, might shake a few of you, because it's true. It's genuinely true. If you were to take what you do during, your 9 to 5, and after that, if you were like the people that do a 9 to 5 and then they go home, play Fortnite with their buddies and, have a wine or whatever, and then go to bed and do the same thing the next morning, those types of people, I guarantee if they were to just create content around their whatever they do after their 9 to 5, if that's Fortnite, if they were to create content around Fortnite and start streaming and eventually just find a way to put their internet and personality online on these different platforms, eventually they're going to be able to quit that 9 to 5, because they're going to be making thousands of dollars a month from brand deals, from YouTube revenue, from tons of different ways that aren't possible when you work an hourly job or when you don't do anything on the side. And it's something that I'm so passionate about, because obviously I'm living and I'm breathing it, but I'm also not there yet. Like I'm on the cusp, you know what I mean? Like I feel at least I'm on the cusp, but genuinely I know I'm about to do this for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And I don't give a fuck where I'm at, you know, on the totem pole as of following count, YouTube count, whatever it is. Like I genuinely don't care about that. I just care about sustaining what I love to do so that I can keep doing it. Does that make sense? And genuinely, I've only been doing it for 3-4 years. And I've seen results. I've met incredible people. I've talked to people that I never would have ever imagined that I'd get to talk to just because I have a social media profile. And just because I genuinely care about it and utilize it to reach out to other people that are like-minded and interested in the same type of stuff. And I don't know, I just think it's something that's so special, and I think it's something that's truly underrated. I genuinely, I mean, I know everybody thinks that, like in the fishing community, for example, like I love fishing. In the fishing community, there's a group called, I don't even have to go over what they're called. There's a group in the fishing industry that started creating content for YouTube, and I want to say I'd say like 2010 to 2020, in that range, you know, that time frame. And they amassed tons of followers. Tons of people became aware of these guys, and they were in all different parts of the country. And all of a sudden, you know, like I don't know what year, but later in the years, after they realized that they have something very substantial growing, they started to collaborate. And that collaboration built even something more powerful through the internet. And that community that they built is now so dang big that it's insane. And it's so big, like it's so dang big that it's so insane that guys in the fishing industry are tricked out of creating content because they think there's not enough room for them. When it's all messed up. Like that is not the case whatsoever. Like I genuinely believe that there's enough room for every single individual on this earth to create, and then it would be a true like battle for attention. And I think that would be the ultimate expression of creativity, because we would as a human consciousness get pushed to be so dang creative that it would be beautifully amazing. And that's what I genuinely want to inspire this world to become, is more creative and more amazing. And I think that comes from more creators and more people becoming aware that content creation is not something that was good to do a couple years ago or whatever. This is something that's good to do for life. From here on out, ever since the internet, the blockchain technologies, all of the technology that we use and, you know, steadily like to use every single day, all of that stuff is super, super important, and we need to find ways to communicate through those platforms and tools to get our personality out there so that we can free up our lives and do what we actually love to do and feel that we have purpose doing in this life. And I know for a fact that if you're out there listening to this podcast, you've got something special in you, and you need to discover whatever it is if you don't know what it is yet. If you don't know what that passion is that you can create content about, you need to try stuff. You need to literally think about all the things that you used to do as a young kid and go through what you like to do now, and go through what you genuinely think would be fun to do, and start there. You got to start somewhere, and that's the perfect place to start. And for the guys that I know are listening to this, quit fucking around. Take your shit seriously. I promise you will not ever regret it. The one thing I can promise you that you will regret is that you didn't build something meaningful in 2022 when you had the opportunity to, and when your boy Austin Kroos on the Car Talk podcast was telling you to do it, because it matters most now. The world needs you most now. The world needs the creative content, the good, positive, optimistic content now. So please do everything in your heart to spread that happiness if you're happy. And as always, stay curious, fam. I love y'all. Peace out. Have the best day ever.